Bye, my friend.
And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live here at Citizen Television. What a show we're having today. Wonderful. Francis Atwoli has showed up, and he is guns blazing, calling it like he sees it, saying the president and the opposition leader have to meet. It is imperative.
Absolutely.
They have to meet.
They have to meet.
If this country is to move on.
They have to meet. Because they all have followers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Moses Osani, he says, I'm enjoying this talk. Mr. Atwoli should thank his Adventist mother, who brought him up well. Robert Burali, he says, Atwoli is a wise man. The president and Raila should tell their sidemen to tone down the tribal rhetoric and grandstanding.
Absolutely correct.
And we'll move forward as a country.
Absolutely correct.
Sudhir Vidyarthi, he says, congratulations, Mr. Atwoli, well done.
Thank you.
Tweets coming in thick and fast. Sophia Lepuchirit, she's a commissioner at, I think it's Nakada. She says, how did Atwoli react when during the last COTU elections they said he corrupted his way back?
I don't corrupt. These are delegates. Yeah, more than 300 delegates. Even if you are to corrupt, you cannot corrupt them all.
Ni uongo.
Uongo.
Umekataa hiyo. The president.
Yes.
In your opinion, earlier on, you were alluding to the fact that he doesn't have advisors.
True.
He doesn't have people to tell him.
Absolutely.
And why is that?
You know, the first advice of the president should be his deputy.
Number two.
Number two. And he's the only person who can calm the president, who can advise the president before any other advisor comes in. That is why he's deputy. But when him and his deputy are not embracing upon the opposition, nobody is trying to reach out on the opposition.
Yes.
Then what they are doing, they are repelling. They are making those who are opposed to them to move far from them, which is not good in leadership. And particularly the language they use against their opponents. For example, somebody like Raila, he has been around for some time. He started politics at the age of 14. He suffered for this country, not because he had stolen,
Right.
not because he was found on somebody's wife. It is because he was fighting for freedom of our country. He was fighting for the second liberation of this country. He was fighting to make sure things are okay, we are seeing. He was fighting that Kenyans must have a new constitution. So even if he's your opponent, handle him with a very great care. And I will give you a good example.
Go on.
His head, our head of state, our president, down at the bottom of his heart, is a very good man. One young man in Kisumu who was unemployed reached out on him, and then he took the number.
Yes.
He called that boy, and he gave that boy a job. You remember the other boy who sang about Otongola and what have you? He owned him as his own son.
Correct.
You know, Luos were coming closer to the president. President would have been popular to places like in Kisumu town, and Kondele, and the rest, because he was showing.
Yeah. He was reaching out.
Absolutely. And that is how the government should be. But Raila is undisputed leader, not only in Luo Nyanza, in this country, as a doyon of the opposition politics and as a leader. When you call him Yule Mganga, and you know for sure he's not a Mganga, degrading him to that particular position. What do you want in a country that has different types of people, different communities, different type of politicians who are understanding differently? The best person who should assist the president is his deputy.
And you don't think that's happening?
You know, when you see them on the platform, they are all alike. What comes out of their mouth cannot bring Kenyans together. They should change. And I'm telling you, and I've told you on this page, today if I was a president, there will be no opposition. If I was a president of the Republic of Kenya, there will be no opposition. Why should there be opposition?
Because it's democracy.
No, so people say, oh, Atwoli corrupts his way into his elective post.
Yes.
Those who are rescinding against me, I give them opportunity to explain, to advise me where I'm going wrong.
And to run against
and also to assign them with some responsibilities if they can.
Right.
Yeah. Because when somebody is criticizing you, reach out to that person, ask that guy, what is wrong with me?
But then that becomes a dictatorship. You'll be accused of being a dictator. He says there's no opposition.
No, opposition unwilling. You know, you can, you know, on understanding and willing.
Right.
You know, because if you impress upon give and take, there will be no opposition. Like now, what we are seeing, the demands that Raila has made, some are legitimate. Why don't you say, let us sit down? Let us Chiroba go. This other one of printing ballot papers because we don't have time. Can you give in on this? Okay. This issue of Safaricom, can you leave it out? Now we will correct it.
And they agree.
Yeah, and then they agree on give and take.
Yes.
But when you say, in Waganga, I don't want to listen to them, and they are followers, even if there were 6 million, this is not a small number of followers.
Okay, if I could play devil's advocate for a moment, and Babu Owino, Member of Parliament for Embakasi East, turns around and calls the president derogatory term.
Let me tell you, I didn't also support that because this young man, he went to run an institution of high learning. He's a university graduate.
Yeah, for like 10 years.
And, he has been a leader in the university. And one of the important qualities in leadership is to respect the views and other people.
Yeah.
But you cannot single out and say, call the president's, you can call the president's names, no problem, but you cannot go further and say you are a son of what and what.
Correct.
And even though that had happened, also the president should apply high tolerance. He should not allow police to do what used to be done to people like Koigi Wamwere. When it reminds people when like Shikuku are being dragged out of parliament and so on. The president should apply the highest tolerance and show Kenyans that he's a leader. He should not say this young man, though he said that,
yes,
he must leave him. The president I know very well, and the family, they are Catholics like me. My mom was Adventist. Me, I'm a Catholic because I grew up in Catholic schools and so on. I became a Catholic. And now, what we do forgive. We believe in forgiving and forgiveness. And the same, so I think our president should not revenge on that. He should exhibit the highest the highest standard of tolerance.
And the same thing with Moses Kuria.
Yeah. Absolutely. Even Kuria should be able to, Kuria, you know, he should also tone down a little bit. Yeah. But today, you know, Kuria is the most popular person in Kikuyu land after Uhuru Kenyatta. Because of what he's doing. You know, today, he's the most popular person. He's like Trump. You know, what he's saying is what most of his supporters want to hear.
Correct.
And this is how Trump is in the United States of America. But it is up to leadership to gauge and know, is this the right way, particularly when we are leading. And you know, Kenya's politics is pegged on ethnicity.
Yes.
Now, the Kikuyus should come together because they are the people who are at helm, who are the people who are leading.
Yes.
They should come together and tell people like Kuria, move closer to President Uhuru Kenyatta. I've said always that I wish President Uhuru Kenyatta became a president when we had my friend Michuki, when we had my friend Njenga Karume, when we had men of substance in Kikuyu land who could sit him down and tell him, look, this is the way forward. Because I'm sure,
and they would be advising him.
Absolutely, because I'm sure even without rigging, Uhuru can still win elections. Yeah, because the good turnout of people of Central and so on. Yeah. And for example, I will tell you what, right now he's campaigning, going around and so on. My friends, my brothers in NASA, are busy here. None of them has gone down there to campaign in various places outside there. And this is undoing in politics. So I think he can still, if he's organized, without name-calling, chest-thumping, and trying to diminish the stature and the position of Raila Amolo Odinga, whom you cannot erase his name anywhere in our history.
Sure.
Not only here, but in the African history of people who have struggled to make sure that the basic human rights are respected. Raila is one of them.
Tell me something, SG. You mentioned that Moses Kuria is the second most popular person in Central.
Absolutely.
After the president.
Yeah.
Who's the second most popular person in Nyanza after Raila?
I think in Nyanza...
Is it Orengo?
Orengo. Because Orengo didn't campaign.
At all?
He did not have even a poster.
None.
Even a T-shirt.
And he won?
And he won.
Hands down?
Hands down.
Is he number two? Is he the heir apparent?
Absolutely. I think so. To me, I think after Raila, it will be Orengo. And Orengo, you know, he had been accepted by Raila's Odinga, the late Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, had accepted Orengo. So Orengo is just on the right path of taking over dual politics. Yeah. I can tell you for free.
Really? But look, the thing is, even after the October 26th election, everybody will be talking about 2022. You know that?
But I've told you here on this bench, between now, leave alone 2022, between now and October 26, it's like 10 years in politics. So between now and 2022 is like 100 years in politics. You don't, even if you would have asked me, would you be a candidate in 2022? I would tell you no. I will not.
Because?
A lot of,
things can happen.
Can happen. And in politics, it's just like if you want to spread the economic growth of your country or you want to do something to improve your own life. It is not only through prayers. Like me, I'm a Catholic. It is only not through rosary or whatever.
Yes.
Prayers are good, but prayers are only there to help you spiritually and in revelation. But success, if you want success, it depends on the right decision making.
Okay, would you think of it? Would you think of running for president?
No, I can't, because why?
You have the money.
It's not a question of money.
You have the popularity. You're number 3 in the country.
I accept that. But unless if I've been asked, I can't offer myself. The day I will offer myself to Koinange is when people will know this guy is a lawyer. And I don't want to go there. Me, I'm a nationalist. I love Kenya.
But you have to be offered.
Yeah. I love Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Kenya. I don't want to be referred to as this is what Atwoli is doing it as a lawyer and so on. That is why I have refused to politicize the labor movement.
Okay, what if someone asked you to be their running mate, deputy?
I can't be a deputy. That is a job I can't do. Because a deputy doesn't have a ballot paper. He hangs on somebody's shoulders to become a deputy. How? What is this guy saying? I want a position that I'm myself.
Yes.
Yeah, when I sit like this, I ask for a cup of coffee. This is Francis Atwoli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not deputy.
No. Not hovering on somebody's shoulders.
Let's look at some tweets.
I better have my own kiosk and do my own things.
Question we've been asking you is, should Francis Atwoli retire from COTU, maybe seek elective office? Masongo Miller, you say no, he shouldn't retire. He suits to be the workers' mouthpiece on matters affecting many of them. Domiano Lil Kip, you say, yes, he should retire. Atwoli has been inclined more on matters politics as opposed to his duty. They're saying you're more of a politician.
But my work is also related to politics. Good governance makes the economy to grow.
Yeah.
And when the economy grows, you employ. And when you employ, those people who are employed become trade unions.
How many workers are in COTU right now?
2.5 million.
Huh?
2.5 million. I grew COTU from paltry 300 members to 2.5 million.
That's a lot of votes.
Not just, we are number 2 now in Africa, after Nigerian Labour Congress.
That's a lot of votes.
Yeah. That is true, for sure. And nobody has done this since independence in this country. And nobody has been re-elected. I'm serving my 4th term unopposed.
Unopposed?
If I was a mediocre, if I was a useless guy. Yeah.
Jeffrey Onyang, you say, we still need Atwoli. COTU makes him more relevant in the Kenyan political space.
Absolutely.
Kipyego Choge, you say Atwoli should retire and mentor others.
I've already mentored others. I have people who are able, who can take over from me. Right now, some are even outside Kenya representing me in very high caliber types of meetings or conferences. I have. If I dropped day to day, there are people who are there, both men and women.
Wow. Zuria Samantha, you say, I think Atwoli should still serve in COTU. He has done a lot for Kenyans. Atwoli, keep going, sir.
Beautiful.
Larry Senior, you say, good work at COTU and all labor bodies globally. SG Atwoli is best suited to run the EACC. He is a nice, sharp razor.
Wow.
A sharp razor. Wembe Nule Ule. Jepchumba Ruto, you say Atwoli should retire and other young people take the position. It's high time you go rest at home, Atwoli.
The problems we are facing in this country, we are under leadership of the youth. Yeah. IT, the minister, is a young man. In every ministry, Matiang is a young man. Yeah. We have a lot of youth. We need to blend leadership, the old and the young ones. But when you say Atwoli should retire and...
but you've refused the CS position. You've refused.
Yeah, but because I'm above that, my friend Jeff, you know that.
You're above CS?
I'm above CS.
What do you mean you're above?
I'm above governor.
What?
Yes.
Governor?
Absolutely.
Atwoli?
Tell me, I'm above governor. How many governors do you have? 47.
47.
How many secretary generals of court do you have?
I fell into that trap again. I fell into the trap again. George 1328197, whatever it is, yeah. Francis Atwoli, patriot, straight to the point, fearless, and can unlock current political stalemate. You should talk to them, you know that?
I will.
Huh?
We will. We want peace in this country.
We want peace.
Yeah.
Some text messages. Mwai Guy from Juja, you say, yes, he should do so because of his age. How old are you?
Oh, my age? I'm 70.
You're 70? You don't look it.
I'm 70.
Seriously?
Yes.
And you're still strong?
I'm very still strong.
In everything?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pangla Jacomenia, you say no. Atwoli should not retire from COTU, straight up. Dominic, you say yes, he should have retired like yesterday. Gerald Odero, you say no, why retire now? We need him more than ever. All right. Hey. How long do you want to keep doing this?
Let me tell you, I would have liked to live like yesterday. 2011, I wanted to leave. My colleague said, no, we have just acquired a new constitution. Please put us through. And I like them. I support them. They support me for free.
Yeah. Last year?
And they promised that on 2016,
yeah, last year,
they will release me.
And?
And they didn't. They said, please, give us another more 5 years. What do I do? I have a calling. Na nikiitwa nitaitika. What do you want me to do? And I don't want to go into politics like a governor. Tomorrow you are voted outside from Jubilee or from NASA. The following day you are at go at Ruto's door or at Uhuru's door. Yeah. You want a job now, and to get a job you must go to Kitengela on a platform singing Jubilee. Like, do you want me to do like that? or if Raila became a president the following day, I'm in NASA meetings, dancing like this, you know? Does it befit a person like me? No way. No. I should sit down and give an advice. Like what I'm saying now, for example, they should reach to one another. We respect them. Kenya is under leadership of the two people who makes decision for us.
Correct.
One is Uhuru Kenyatta, the other one is Raila.
Yes.
And these are the people who can create peace or destroy peace. Though the mother of peace, as I've said always, the mother of peace, if you want peace, the mother of peace is justice. Those in the government must show justice. And then there will be peace. Two, Kenya, we don't want to go through a rebirth. a rebirth is painful.
Yeah.
To have a new Kenya. It will be very painful.
Yeah.
But if with this rate of disagreements, we might find ourselves in such a situation.
And these people talking about secession?
No, we don't need secession. Yeah. We stand for the unity of our state.
Yes.
Yeah. We are a small country. We need to do things together.
Yeah.
And so on. Yeah.
How do we tone down the rhetoric, as you were saying? How do we tone it down?
I think elders like us, we should stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ask our two leaders to embrace upon peace. And ask them to talk to one another. And these people do talk to one another. Let us make them again talk to one another.
Yeah.
And if I was President Uhuru, in the morning, when Raila wakes up, he will find me in his sitting room.
Waiting?
Yeah, waiting.
Huh?
Yeah.
You just show up?
Show up. And I ask Aida, bring tea. Yeah, let's sit down. How do we go about this? There will be that agreement.
That's good.
Instead of calling him names and so on. He has followers.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this I want to tell you for free. I have known these two guys. I have been close to Raila Amolo Odinga. When you are talking to him, he's not with you there. He's a terrible organizer. He's in Mombasa, he's in Northeastern, he's in Nyanza, he's in Western, and he's with you here.
Yeah.
When he comes back is when he says, okay, Jeff, yeah. He's coming back when you are with him on the table. He's a terrible organizer and he doesn't get tired.
So his mind is all over the
when
place.
he's organizing with young people like Msaria, like Kadons, those who are younger than him, they will be still sleeping the following day at 9 at 10. The man is in Waji addressing people. He doesn't get tired. So where Uhuru and Ruto are pushing Raila, that is the corner he loves. And I advised some of Uhuru's people that don't also organize demonstrations against Raila. That is the area he likes. If you want to tame Raila Amolo Odinga, embrace upon dialogue. Convince him.
Yes.
Debate with him. He will agree with you. But if you want force, that is the game he likes. Yeah. And he has suffered for it.
But he enjoys, that's what he enjoys.
Yeah, because he's popular. The other thing is that this is a man who has been in and outside in jail. He suffered for this country. And when you start showing your muscle now, and like, for example, Uhuru and Ruto, they are young. Even if we re-elect Uhuru tomorrow, he's going to finish 10 years when he's still very young.
Yes.
Does he know who will be the next president? It might not be William Ruto. And this man will now start revenging, saying when you are the president, and he's young.
Yeah.
So if as you hope for the best, also prepare for the worst. And think if the worst happened, in which situation will I be? When you are in a comfortable zone, always know one day you will be somewhere else. You will be in a cold place.
Yes.
So how do you remain relevant? To remain relevant, embrace upon peace, make friends, dilute opposition. Remember I told you, if I was Uhuru, I would scuttle NASA. Yes. I told you here.
You told me.
Yeah. And let me tell you with elections, if you win elections today, do what it takes to keep that position. Let it not be nullified. Or if you have a quorum, I survive on elections, and you realize a quorum on election day, don't postpone those elections. Because the next elections will not realize the same quorum.
Correct.
Now, Uhuru doesn't know what he's going to realize in the next elections.
He doesn't.
And I will give you a good example right now.
Go on.
The Kisses voted for Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes. Overwhelmingly.
Overwhelmingly. Do you think the Kisses will still stand with him after he had called Maraga Mkora? Tell me. So you must be careful as you move, and what comes out of your mouth, you must weigh. Is this to bring people to me? Sometimes we have agreed to be called names, and we go low. And then what do, you educate the person who called you names, that you are not as a fool as he might have thought. By doing what he cannot do, or what she cannot do.
Yes.
And then she will be surprised, or he will be surprised, and say, you are a wonderful person. I didn't know this. Forgive me. Yeah.
So you use tactics.
Tactics, not direct confrontation.
No.
Kenya is a multi-party democracy. There is no way If I was KANU myself, we believed in one-party state.
Yes.
And I still believe in one KANU state because Moi warned us. He said with the introduction of multi-party democracy, it will breed tribalism. This is what we are seeing.
100%.
And it has been said, what an old man like me tells you while sitting down here. Even if you are on top of Times Towers, you know Times Towers?
Yes.
The tallest building in the city?
Yes.
You cannot see what Atwoli is seeing when I'm sitting here. Some advising our president, let him swallow his pride and let him not be with his deputy even. Just in the morning, very early, around 5, he crosses to Karen. Let him sit with Raila and tell Raila, this country is bigger than all of us. My father was at State House, your father was the vice president, and we were young people during those days. God has remembered us. We are still representing our families. Let us not take the young men who don't have history of our parents into trouble. Let not Kenyans fight. We have to grow our economy. We have to create employment. We have got to remain relevant, and we have got to be respected locally and globally. Let us not, go into these things. Let me, and quietly when they are to give me these 5 years. We don't know. And even use some tactics. Tell him, because Ruto will not be there, I will support you 2022. Or I will give you something. This is politics. You see? Tell him. Or I will make you a conflicts ambassador attached to the African Union to solve all African problems.
You'll be the guy.
You will be the guy. Let them sit too as members of the same family. I believe Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta, they are members of the same family. But when there are disagreements, this will drag us in.
And other people.
And other people who are innocent.
Correct.
Yeah, and we don't want people to lose lives.
No, we don't.
We don't want. It's not.
I didn't know you were so wise in your age, huh? You're a wise old man, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Leonard Mambo Mbotela.
Oh, that's a great man.
Great man.
Yeah, I knew him so many years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, when he had his Subaru. He was a young man. Terrible. That guy. You know? I knew even his father.
Was he notorious?
No, he had a lot of friends. And he used to visit different social places. That is where he came with the J1 Ungwana. Yeah, because he was seeing things that we people were not seeing during those days.
Right.
Yeah.
He says Atwoli should not retire. He has done a lot for this country.
Yeah, thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Leonard.
Paul Mele, you know Paul Mele?
Yeah, oh, that is a very good accomplished economist.
Yes,
yeah, Paul
good man.
Mele, yeah.
He says, congratulations, Francis. Forthright, wise, and resolute as usual. God bless you.
Thank you.
Do you know this guy called Jaro Soja? Jaro Soja.
What is he saying?
He is Gor Mahia fan #1.
Yes.
He's the one who comes in the colored...
Yeah.
He says, tell Atwoli he is still the best man for COTU. He has just said what he said. He wakes up every morning at 3 o'clock. Does that mean you sleep early as well?
Even if I sleep late, because that is a discipline. Yeah.
Oriero Gomanduli. Atwoli is irreplaceable in COTU.
I saw her when she was young. She was a wonderful girl.
Was she beautiful?
Oh, very beautiful. I saw her. Yeah, I was a young boy, and I used to see her.
Let's just leave that right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
I have been around for some time, my friend.
You have?
Yeah.
You have?
I have.
And you know what? What you said tonight, really, I think you nailed it.
Absolutely.
You nailed it.
There is no two-way.
And when these two elephants are fighting, the grass is going to burn.
Two people must meet.
Without their deputies.
No, not their deputies. No. Because their deputies have agenda.
Yes.
Yeah, the two of them, they must meet. Let the business community, either under KEPSA or under the Federation of Kenya Employers, let us workers under my umbrella body, Central Organization of Trade Unions, and let other wise men, let the churches team up and embrace upon two people to meet before 26th. And we will have peaceful elections.
And we'll move on.
Yeah, and I have believed that what I'm trying to advise people, sometimes it might not be easy to become a president. Particularly we people from Western and so on. But we can go into business and change around that place.
Absolutely.
Spur economic growth. Make Western Kenya to be another Geneva.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We have sugarcane, we have everything, we have good rains, we have whatever.
Yeah.
Go to Mauritius. See what the cane has done to Mauritius.
And all they have is sugarcane.
A sugarcane. And forget about politics. Because me, if I'm economically viable, I don't mind what is happening in politics.
Yeah.
I'm only worried about the weather.
Correct.
And my car from the garage. I don't want to know who's leading. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You won't get who's president.
No, because I'm economically viable.
Correct.
Yeah. What makes people look for the president? You want to go to see the vice president, or you want to do what? How can I see my MP?
Yeah.
Where is my MC? It's hunger.
It's hunger.
Yeah.
It's hunger.
Yeah. But if you can spur economic growth, develop the economy of any given country, everybody's busy. Nobody wants to know who is the leader of the country.
No.
Yeah.
Like in
Give
Switzerland.
everybody food, yeah.
Like in Switzerland.
Absolutely.
Nobody knows.
And this is what I've been telling even governments. I've advised the governments.
Yeah.
Kibaki tried it a little bit.
Yes.
To make sure that when he took over government from our own Kanu government,
yes,
we had minus 2% non-performing economy of our total GDP.
Right.
Kibaki moved it within 3 years
to 7.1.
To 6. When we went fighting,
yes,
after 5 years, we were 7.1.
Correct.
Yeah. And banks were hawking. Who wants to take money from the bank? And everybody was okay.
Yeah.
This is the way to go.
Absolutely.
This is the way to go. And I hate people who say we are coming from a developing country. Kenya is not a developing country.
No.
We developed a long time ago.
Correct.
What we need to do is to come up with post-independent city, a new city,
yes,
like what they are planning to come up with it in Ukambani. You know?
Yeah,
Konza. Konza city.
Yeah.
We do it very well. Wide roads,
yes,
modern, adjacent to Nairobi. And then we develop also in Masai land.
Absolutely.
We join the Masais, we talk to them very well. We develop the area, it becomes a feeder of Nairobi, yes, on whatever we want. That is what we need to go. And nobody will be bothered about who is leading,
no,
what you have.
Okay.
So, even the central people. People blame them. I see some of them dying. Oshoni mundu wetule, oshoni wanyumba. Wanyumba na yeye hapana leta kwako even a slice of bread. The Kikuyus work for themselves.
They say mundu wanyumba.
Mundu wanyumba, oshoni mundu wanyumba. Tigana nake. Why do you go those things down there? Yeah, do your work.
Yes.
Yeah, let it.
Yeah.
Me, the Raila is my brother-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, even if he became a president, unless I go slowly through my sister.
Right.
Yeah, to get a cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah, but I should be able to look for my own cup of tea.
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't need to rely on him.
So that when I meet him, he has his heart, I have my heart, I don't remove my heart, and put my hearts behind Omkongo.
One more. Fred Obaj Machoka.
Oh, that is a wonderful guy.
Great guy.
Yeah,
The
I saw him when he was young also.
Black
As well.
Africa.
Yeah, sure.
Huh?
Yeah, and he has maintained that to entertain people.
Very much.
Oh, very much.
Roga.
Oh, he's a terrible guy. And he's my neighbor in Kajiado.
He's your neighbor?
Yeah. Stays with me in the bush.
He says you're a wise old man. He says you're a great guy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Franz Atwoli, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
Come back often.
I will.
We need your wisdom.
We have to. But let us impress upon. Tell your fellows, who is your cousin?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Tell him to reach out on Raila. I will also use my method, even my sister, to ask Raila to reach out on Uhuru. We want peace. So, this is a small country. So you better sleep hungry, yes, but in a peaceful country.
Absolutely. So
we have a lot of unemployed youth. We need to create employment for these young men and women.
You and I could be the peacemakers.
Yeah, we can.
You and I?
Yes. Wow. I know for sure you are a cousin to President Uhuru Kenyatta. I know. He's my fellow Catholic too.
He's your fellow Catholic.
Let's reach out on these guys.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let them, two of them meet.
Without these other two?
No. Let Raila meet without their lieutenants.
Yes.
Yeah, without their lieutenants. And let it be a secret. Because lieutenants are the people who are causing all these problems.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Francis Atwoli, calling it like he sees it. I tell you, we need people like this at a time like this. Because I say we always have to keep talking, because the moment we stop talking is the moment we start fighting. Right, SG?
Absolutely.
And you do not want to go down that slippery slope. Thanks so much for being a part of JKL. As always, if it's Wednesday, it's all about those 3 letters that follow each other on the keyboard. JKL. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Next week is a new week, new show, new guests. Monica, we have some new numbers. Why Atwoli should resign or retire?
Yeah, I should retire.
Oh, look at that. Yes is 53, no is 47, so it went down a bit.
Ah, no. Those who are saying yes went down.
Yes. Unless you want to take this to the Supreme Court.
No.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Nashukuru sana. Good job. All right, we'll see you next week. Good night. Good luck. Okay. God bless. SG is going to Kajiado County, so he's in a hurry.
Absolutely.